Hello, friends, and welcome to the channel Alsi Coder. So, today we will solve an interesting problem that is asked in tech interviews for Java backend role. So, companies nowadays are focusing on Java 8 features and they heavily ask questions on these. So, a recent question that has been asked in Myntra: find the first non repeating character in a given string using Java 8. So, let's try to solve this problem. Okay. So, let's first create a class first non repeating char. Okay. Now let us try to understand the problem by example. Okay. So we are given a string for say I love programming and we need to find the first non-repeating character. So let us try to count the frequencies of each individual characters. So I is coming twice. I is coming twice. And then L is coming once. And then O is coming twice. Then V is coming once. Then E is coming once. Then P is coming once. Then R is coming twice. Okay. O we already have scattered that. G is coming twice. R already we have taken into consideration. A is coming once. M is coming twice. Okay. And then I we have already taken care. N is coming once. We already took care. So from the above problem, we can see that the first non-repeating character, that is the character that comes first in the order in which they are in the string. So the first non-repeating character is L. Okay. So we'll try to solve this problem using Java 8 features, stream APIs. So our first task is to create a stream from the given strings, right? Because we want to perform operations on string, correct? Okay. Let's move on and create a stream of characters. Okay. So for that we will use arrays dot stream. And what will be the basis of our stream? So we'll stream them on basis of individual characters, right? Okay. So I have split them. Now, once we have splitted the characters, okay, the goal is to collect the characters and perform some sort of operation in order to get the desired answer, right? So let me collect it. Okay. Okay. So I have collected it. Okay. But we also need to perform some sort of operation, right? We cannot just collect the individual characters as a streams because we need to perform some operations to get the first non-repeating characters. Let's see what the collect takes as input. Okay, so if you see here, collectors takes collect takes input as a collector. Okay, it takes a collector, right? So we will use a collector. Okay. Collectors. Now we want to group the characters, right? Because for say I want to see how many times I is coming, how many times L is coming. Okay, so I'll group the characters. Okay, and how will I group it? Okay, so I'll group it basis on the individual characters, right? For say how many times I is coming, how many times A is coming, how many times L is coming. Okay, so I'll group them, but on basis of their individual characters. So give I'll keep a variable say input char. Okay, that groups it based on the characters. I will be grouped together with I. L will be grouped together with L. Right. Now let us deep dive and see what the grouping by takes as input. So if you see the grouping by, okay, it takes a classifier, right? Okay, so we will write a classifier, that is the input char. Okay, now we will store uh, the grouped characters into a data structure or a collection. For say we will use linked hash map. We are using a linked hash map so that we can store the order in which they are collected, right? So for say I is coming at first, so it will be stored in the same order. Okay, now, okay, so now we have grouped it, okay, and we are collecting it on a collection of linked hash map. But what is the basis of our collection? How are we collecting it? We are collecting it based on the counting, right? On how much, what are the frequencies of these individual characters, right? So we will store it in the linked hash map based on the counts. So if you deep dive in the grouping by, you will see grouping by, it takes a classifier, okay, then the map factory or the supplier and the downstream, right? So you, if you want to see uh, definition of how it works, say, yeah, grouping by. So grouping by will take a classifier and a downstream collector, right? And see how what it returns. It returns a grouping by with a classifier, then a hash map, and the downstream collector, right? For say, if you want to group, for say, if you look into this example, for say you are given an example, okay, in which you have a collection, okay, of names by city, okay, and you want to compute the set of last name of people in each city, okay, where city names are sorted. So you can stream the people collection, and then you can collect based on the, and how we are grouping here based on the person get city, right? And then you are storing it in the tree map, okay, the data structure of your choice, right? Or the collection of your choice, say a tree map or a hash map or a linked hash map, and then you are using downstream to collect it, right, in a set. So likewise we have implemented it. So since we have stored it a linked hash map, we need to have a linked hash map in order to store it. So we'll create a linked hash map of string, comma, long, so that it stores the frequency. Correct. So we have now streamed it and stored it in linked hash map. Let's try to debug it and see what our hash map has, or precisely the linked hash map has. Okay. So if we just roll over or step it, so we see we have an answer hash map, and see here we have the frequencies of individual characters. I is coming to eyes, O is coming to eyes, L is coming once, right? Likewise the other frequency of the other characters. Correct. So now our task is to somehow get L, which is the first non-repeating character. Okay. So how will we achieve it? So we will again use some of the Java 8 features to filter the answer linked hash map, right? So let's deep dive and see how we can get the values. So moving on to it. So I'll get the entry set from the linked hash map. Okay. So how will I get? So I'll get using answer dot entry set. Okay. So I get the entry set. Now the next task is to create it as a stream, right? So I'll create a stream from it. Okay. And then our next task is to filter the values from the stream. Okay. So I'll filter, and then How are we going to filter? So we are going to filter the characters that have uh, one as their frequency, right? So here we can use input 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 that have uh, input dot get value equal to one, right? So from that we will get all those inputs from this stream which have a value equal to one, right? But now our task is to get the keys and not the values, right? We got the values, okay, for say we will filter those which have a frequency of 1, right? Now we have to map it in order to get the keys, right? So we'll use a map. And how will we use it? Input input dot get key. So this will give us the keys. Now what we want to do is, uh, we got the keys. Now we can use a find first. Okay, so this will give us the first value, or else we can use null if we are not able to find any such value, correct? Okay, now what we can do, we can store this value in a string. Oh, sorry, we can store it in a string final answer, maybe. Yeah, final answer, and let us try to print the final answer. Okay, let us run it. So you can see we got L as the answer. Let's try with some other inputs. For say we have all C coder. So the first, okay, non-repeating, for say we add an extra L. So the first non-repeating char will be S, right? Let's try to run. So we get SS output. So we see that it is working fine. Guys, this is one of the most important questions asked in Java 8 interviews. If you are appearing for Java developer or backend developer interviews in Java, you will, there is 90% chance that you will get questions on Java 8, right? And companies these days are focusing on these. So thank you for watching this video. If you think that I was able to add some value, do like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Let's catch up and meet in the next video.